Hello, everybody. Hello, Jeff Cork.
Hello, Tim Turi.
So this month, for our October issue of Game Informer, which I understand it's not October quite yet, we have been doing so much horror stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, you wrote something about Alien Isolation for the cover story. We have some stuff on Evil Within, and then top 25 horror games of all time. We've been really going for it. And
Pretty spooky time.
super spooky. In fact, it's getting a little spooky in here. But regardless, we wanted to kind of like, as we're getting towards the end of the month, like go for it and play some horror games, like specifically ones that are a little bit more recent, like PT, and we also have some Outlast maybe for a little bit later, and then also Neverending Nightmares. So figured this would be a good opportunity for us just to kind of jump in.
Let's jump in.
Let's frickin' go for it. And we have Mr. Ben Hansen is watching the Twitch chat. So,
hello, everybody.
Yeah. So if you have any questions at any point, or kind of want to talk what's happening here, or have suggestions, maybe with the stream's help, we could actually make it all the way through PT within a reasonable time. I have actually made it through, but. God, I forgot about how unsettling this game is just right out of the gate. So if you don't know about PT, which you probably do, but if you only know like peripherally, is that closed right away? No, it's open. You have to look at things. You have to give things like a good hard look with the right stick. Wait, is it like this because I beat it? It might be. Well, we could jump into Outlast, but well, hold on. I haven't jumped into this since I beat it, so this is kind of weird.
Yeah, because I don't remember the blue light.
Was the fetus always in there right away?
I think the door was closed, right? Because when you first start up, you hear on the radio talking about the news report, right?
Yeah, you're right. I think the news report is going. So now I don't know what's happening here. What's that sound?
That's the ghost lady.
I don't feel like I remember that sound from when I played it before. Yeah, it's definitely different than it was. That's still super locked. But yeah, based on like sort of the loops that I remember in, the full playthrough that I did.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, but the colors are changing. And the door is still open. Yeah, I'm not totally sure if it just does the game just allow you to continue walking through after you beat it?
If that's the case, this is going to be very underwhelming.
Yeah, but this picture, I completed that picture.
Yeah.
So, and now it's not completed anymore.
Okay.
So now I'm curious.
I'm monitoring the chat too, so if anybody has any idea what happens after you beat this and how it loops, let us know.
Yeah, because like the thing is that just enough is changing each time that I'm wondering if it might loop back. But we'll see. Yeah, I mean, if we look into that, we could just jump over into Outlast, which wouldn't be a problem at all. It seems kind of the same.
Yeah, it seems like this is just not working.
Okay. Well, I wonder if there's a way. Yeah.
Just delete your save?
I thought about that.
That'd be fantastic.
You can always log in on another account.
Yeah, maybe I could. Is that how it works? Should I do that, or should we just go over to Outlast?
I'd say log in under another account, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, bear with us here.
So if you just saw what you saw and you had not seen PT before, you should erase those memories immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not worth it. Let's see. I'm just trying to remember how to log out of this damn thing. Okay. Here we go. And so since it's all local content, we should be good. So thanks for bearing with us here. I have not. Let's go user 1. We have some PT on here.
Yep. To the left.
Did you see it?
Yep.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay, now we can do a fresh,
Here we
a
go.
fresh thing. That's
So this is PT, a game that I'm really excited to see.
it's not actually by 7780s Studios.
No.
In case you haven't found out, it's by Kojima Productions.
Are we ever going to see what's in that bathroom door?
Oh man, I don't want to know what's behind there.
I wonder if there's a sink. Kind of terror awaits us, Tim.
I feel like it could be a sink. I feel like maybe a tub.
Will we reconstruct a photograph? These are all things I want to know.
The photograph thing is actually, I think, completely optional. I actually don't know what it changes. If you guys haven't seen like a full playthrough of this game, it's incredibly cryptic.
Yes.
It's super cryptic in a way that I don't understand how it was beaten in a day. So that's I feel like someone might have had like an inside tip or something on that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go.
There
This is real legit. All right, that looks good.
Should we do subtitles?
Are they on here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nope. You don't want that. There you go.
Let's see. Yeah, we can do English subtitles.
Let's do it.
Cool. And then the other thing about this game is that they put a filter over it because it looks so good in the Fox engine that they applied a filter so it looked more like maybe like an indie dev would
Are
have.
you moonlighting for Konami PR? Is that what's going
Did
on
you
here?
did you hear about that?
Yeah, they said
did?
that.
Okay.
I don't believe that.
Oh,
I
you
mean, they
don't?
put a filter on it, certainly, but I mean that we did it, so, it's going to look even better or whatever. I think it looks great.
Who opened that door?
With some kind of spook.
You got a stylish leather jacket on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and here we go. That's better.
Yeah, here we go.
See, this is a nice apartment.
It's super great.
I would call this home. I would clean up a little bit.
Get one of those Mr. Clean erasers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's actually really convenient that the subtitles make it actually intelligible or legible.
We should probably listen to this part.
Do you think that's about the apartment we're in?
Son came to investigate the commotion. The father shot him too. His 6-year-old daughter had the good sense to hide in the bathroom, but reports suggest he lured her out by telling her it was just a game. The girl was found.
That has to be about this apartment.
From point blank
There's just too much focus on
range.
the
Mother, who
bathroom
shot
for
in
it
the
not to
stomach,
be.
was pregnant at the time.
And that also.
Police arriving on scene after neighbors called 911 found the father in his car.
9/11. Does anyone ever call 911 9/11?
No. I think that's a kind of an origami killer situation right there.
Yeah, I think you might be right. So, all right. I'm trying to remember
So did you know anything about this when you first started playing it?
only that it was already figured out that it was a new Silent Hill game. By,
That's what I knew too. So I had no idea about the loop or any of that kind of stuff. Which, oh, there's those guys again.
yeah, they just kind of dropped down from the ceiling, which was kind of cool. Yeah, these are pretty unremarkable first loops, but I haven't done. Is this? Who's there? Is this open? Come out! It's just a game. God, there's certain parts of this game I don't want to experience again. Actually,
So do you think that the actual game, Silent Hills, will be anywhere remotely this scary?
well, I mean,
We're not at the scary part yet. Okay, so
they haven't even committed to whether or not it's going to be in first person or not, and that changes a lot about how moody it might be, and like how up in your face like the scares are. So I think that'll like be super dependent on like how scary it is, because I think some of the scariest games are first person, at least recently.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so the bathroom. Oh, that guy's super serious.
It's really into pills and chocolate.
Okay. Oh, it's just open. God, this game is really, really good at that. Also, do you like calling it a game? Because the fact that they kind of like detached it from Silent Hills and what people should expect from Silent Hills, like makes me want to just treat PT like its own thing.
So this is a thing. It's not a game.
I'm not having fun. Hold on, let's just listen to that. Is that? I don't. Oh, that's right. Okay. God, that's the worst thing.
Yeah.
And I can complete the loop again.
Tim, do you think you'd play this game with Morpheus?
Man, even knowing like what happens in it, I really like horror games are getting to a point where it's just straight on uncomfortable. Like, I don't understand the entertainment value of it. Like, I understand the entertainment value of horror in general, but man, with a Morpheus, like, and these things actually, like, you feeling like you're there, especially how grounded this whole this is when it opens. Especially how grounded this whole experience is, and like it would probably feel really convincing that you were in this apartment. And I don't know. I played some Alien Isolation with a Oculus Rift on, and that was creepy. But I feel like this would be even worse. Hello.
People are asking Tim what you thought about Silent Hill 4. It's kind of, over the years, I feel like more and more of a debate has popped up about that game. There's a lot of defenders out there.
Silent Hill 4 is cool, actually, in some of the same ways that, like... This is the part... Okay, so basically, about Silent Hill 4...
Yeah, the door. We've talked about this a little bit. I'm all about giving it up for horror games and not trying to pretend that you're just above it all.
Yeah.
That's like, people are like, it's just a game where I get scared or whatever. That's no fun.
No, it's not. But as for Silent Hill 4, like, there's some first-person parts where you're sneaking through an apartment, and I don't like this.
This part is
This
no
is
good.
so unsettling.
It's,
Do I have to look close,
yeah.
or does she just do it anyway?
You have to look close. Do it.
Oh, it sucks. It sucks so bad.
I remember when that said it the
I
first
just
time,
got
was
goosebumps. Like, I know it's...
I did not like.
No, and that was the thing, is like I had played this game. I went to go visit like Dan Reichert, who used to be a Game Informer in San
Yeah.
Francisco. We found about it that day, and we started playing it, just the two of us, and didn't know what to expect, and was really creeped out. Played through a lot of it, and never saw that part. And so then when I was playing through it again recently and checking it out, and that happened, like my closest to my heart stopping that I can remember in recent memory. So that's her, right?
Yeah.
And was she facing me? Man, does she always appear there?
I don't remember.
And you know that crying, like, that loops for a while, and you never get used to it.
Mm-mm.
Oh God. No, I can go. I totally can, but I'm not. I guess I'm not specifically trying to speed run this or anything, but there's also the case where I don't think that every time the door is open that's a totally like the time to go, because in some instances there's where's there? Yeah, there are hidden things around here.
What was that? I don't think I've seen that before. That wasn't.
You didn't see that?
No.
Like you see.
Oh, these are the pictures. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are two of them over there. There's like a note on the table as well.
Over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rip of the clock radio.
People are asking what you thought of the concept trailer for Silent Hills they released at TGS.
If even a fraction of that makes it into like the actual game,
Is it on the ground plan?
it's going to be terrible. Well, there was one right there. I mean, it's going to be terrible in like the way that you want a horror game to be terrible, because it's just taking like the whole the thing crawling through the hallway. I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen the concept trailer. Like, it's super unsettling. Have you seen it, Jeff?
What?
The concept trailer for Silent Hills? It's not. It's worth just seeing for yourself. There's like some weird thing like crawling through the hallway after you. And if a fraction of that, and that's all in first person too. So, I mean, I feel like they kind of gotta do first person at this point, don't you?
Oh, it seems obvious, yeah.
Like,
Especially like when you talked a little bit about Morpheus. It'd be too much, but at the same time, it'd be a fantastic application of it.
yeah,
Is this where you have to look at the wall and go back and forth? Like,
oh, I don't think so.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do know what you're talking about. I just don't think we're there yet. I'm just trying to look for any changes at all. Let's see.
This is the thing that kills me too. Is like nothing, to my knowledge, ever pops out of those windows. But I hated walking by them.
Yeah. Should we keep looking out the windows to see?
Everybody keeps referencing the idea of a dog jumping through that window and how they fully expected that the entire time.
Really?
Or
Just
an awful face.
Silent Hill or Resident Evil just set people up enough.
It'd be cool if it was like the crappy polygonal dog too.
Yeah. It's just the exact same dog. Okay. Maybe I should look in the mirror. Check out my little Norman Reedus.
I think you have to look at the Norman fetus.
Yeah. I don't know. Do people like? Does everyone want to see this game be a third-person game or a first-person game?
It's got to be first person.
I mean, like, I'm curious what the chat thinks about it too. Like, oh, is this helpful? Because like I think that the series, like Silent Hill 2 and 1, are like some of the best horror games ever, and considered that. But those are third-person games, and I think there's probably some folks that would think that abandoning that for first-person might you might lose something. But unless people are on board enough with this, that that they're willing to sacrifice the like third-person.
And I'm sure Sony's pushing them for it to be first person so they can actually use Morpheus, because this
Yeah.
seems like, the best application for it. People are saying that she does appear outside the window.
No.
Actually. Yeah.
Yuck.
Cork, actually, some people are saying that she's appearing behind you right now.
I'm not going to look. But the question is it a thing where she's standing there or like appears suddenly?
Ugh.
People are also asking what you think of Evil Within.
I'm incredibly excited for Evil Within. I'm more excited for Evil Within than Silent Hills in a way, or even like Alien Isolation, in a way that I'm excited for like to play like Shadow of Mordor or something. Because it's actually there's a gaminess to it. You know, you're collecting things, you're getting stronger, you're shooting things, and these are more just like get through it, like survive, which is like totally different style of gameplay. I think Evil Within is going to be like this cool alternate reality, like where I needed the flashlight the entire time, where it's like, what if Shinji Mikami like made a scarier game and made it way harder? Oh crap! Oh baby, oh baby.
Little turkey body.
Yeah, it's got a real like eraser head thing going on there.
You gotta look in the tub.
Yeah, anything in here? Hello. I mean, I wouldn't want to take a bath in there.
Mm-mm.
This is a really weird angle. Like, it almost looks like there's something on the other side of that, but you can't really tell. I was looking really hard in that before. I don't know though. Get me out of here. Let's go. It's like That's like kind of like the haunting music, isn't it? Like they play that when you're being haunted. It's where you kind of get like a little bit of like a Silent Hill radio style distortion.
Exactly.
Don't. Which is cool that they kept that part of it in, and like there is an actual radio in this hallway and stuff. But can I get out of here? No.
Tim, somebody wants your scariness rating for this game on a scale of 1 to 10.
This PT might be, like, recently in modern years, it might be the scariest thing that I remember playing. I have still not wanted to play it alone. I still haven't played it alone. I played it once with Dan. I played it once with like my like a group of friends, and I was really unnerved and not having like a good time in like the traditional sense. And I'm still really nervous playing this here.
I played it at home by myself, and every probably minute or so, I would just have to say "blah" out loud, just because I just felt so gross and creeped out.
Yeah, this is maybe, of all the things I've played in my life, like this is maybe like a 9. Like this experience, just in how much they play with you, is really strong. I don't know how other people feel about that. I feel like a wimp about it sometimes. Like, what's the significance of 204-863?
That's what the murderer was saying.
I just got the I don't even want to. Like, if that, like, I really didn't want to do that. If this time though it had done something,
Yeah.
I would have
Go through
bumped
the
this
door.
up to a 10. What's that?
Do the door.
Is it open now? Okay.
Somebody asked how it compares to Amnesia in your eyes on a scariness level.
Amnesia is probably like a strong 8. Like, especially the first couple hours where you haven't even seen anything yet. After you've started to get into like what Amnesia is and like how it works as a game. But what was that? You see like weird
It was
like
a weird
shadowings?
shadow.
Yeah. Then it starts to get a little less scary, but that first 2 hours. Oh, it seems like I can see better outside now with the flashlight. Their sound design is so good.
Yeah.
Like, in really the worst possible way. I'm like trying to listen for things. I feel like something bad is gonna happen. That's right. Shoot. God damn it. God damn it. Holy hell. That is like the cheapest shot too.
It really is.
But
Just
feel my arm. Feel it. Do you have those? Don't ever stop doing that. Oh, can you just do that for the remainder of the playthrough, actually? Thank you. Oh, my God. Like, honestly, that moment, I had a feeling it was coming up, but I'm never
I thought it
ready
was
for
coming
it.
out of the window. Yeah.
Believe it or not, the chat's freaking out a
Yeah.
little bit.
That's not great. And that's like that, along with her at the door and some other stuff, is like they're all like 9 moments. And the fact that how short this game is, like you can't ignore how strong they are. Like it's just diluted, or distilled even. Oh man, I'm just like still kind of like rattled.
And it's great because I really like the Silent Hill series, but I haven't felt that it's, like, since the very first game I thought it was really scary. But you look at it now and it's just kind of silly. But at the time I went into it blind, I just heard this game's really creepy.
Yeah.
And just not knowing what to expect made it a lot worse. And I think having played through the first one, I mean, the second one was disturbing in a different way.
And that's like the absolute right way to experience it too, because
Yeah.
you were trying to like. That's how you played the first game, probably. Also, I want to note something. Is like, I think that I think his footsteps change, and I've seen some theories that it's because. God, I hate it when that door is open. I've heard some theories that it's because he's like almost like possessed, or he's like maybe he hurt himself. I don't know, but it does that again. It wouldn't appear though. Okay.
Just gun it for the door.
You think so?
Yep. Go. Door.
Wait.
Door.
Is that just because it's there that you're like, get the hell out?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious what people think about this one, like as far as where it stacks up for scariest games they've played, or if people even have enough PS4s to have been able to try it out yet. I'm surprised that the radio's still going. I thought it turned off at a certain point. I should still be looking. Oh, there's one.
Yep.
That's what you're talking about.
Yep.
Somebody said that you can turn your flashlight off and on to stun Lisa. Do you know anything about that?
No, I don't. I'll hit the buttons. Yeah, I mean,
Gun it.
not seeing anything. I've a couple times. Oh, it's closed again. What does that mean?
I don't know. Look up. Look up at the stairs.
Stop saying that. Hold on, let me look in the bathroom, maybe. No, I just remember like she appears at different points, and it's just so you like can't predict it. I'm gonna start looking at stuff more closely.
Get the other pieces of the picture.
Yeah, I'll look around for those. Is that coming through the phone? Is that the idea?
I think it might be.
I'm so scared I'm going to take my headphones off.
Are you really?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'll look in here again. Like, even if they did the exact same thing where she closed the door again right now, it would work on me again. I think that there's a piece of note tucked around in something.
It's around the railing.
So this stopped. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. But sometimes, like, if people are wondering what I'm doing here, sometimes you just gotta give things a good hard look in order to kind of like keep things moving. It's just sort of like it's like the one of the core ways you interact with the game. Yeah, you said
that's all you can do is move around and then focus on things.
Yeah.
It's
Is it a spider? Oh, yuck.
no way.
All right. Like it's just tucked into door, like a door.
There you go.
There it is.
Yep.
And then I remember like doing that, and like you don't understand what you're doing there, or why it's happening. Like I didn't even notice I was looking at something. Can I get in here?
Did you already gouge out the eyes in the picture?
I'd like
That's
to
what
use it.
somebody
Oh.
said.
I've been looking almost every time. Maybe I missed it this time, but I'll look again. How long do you gotta take a look at that? Oh wait, you have to hit X. That's right. I'm sorry. What happens if you go back though?
No,
Like,
just go
that's-
through the door.
That's what I'm always tempted by. Is when you're supposed to go the other way, like you're not. It's like this weird impulse I have is to not sprint through with your head down. Is to like when you're in a haunted house.
Look at that.
Forgive me, Lisa. There's a monster inside of me.
Gotta go.
But like in a haunted house, where if you just like linger a little too long and like, sometimes I find myself doing that, just because you want to like experience the fullest of it. Maybe that's masochistic. That baby's up. It's woken up now. Can I get in there?
There you go.
God, that sucks so bad. Is it smiling?
Yeah, one of her eyes is gouged
Oh,
out
it's
too.
gouged out. I didn't even notice that. Does it track? You see, like, even though I don't think it comes down, like, this is the part where, when I played this, like, how could you not just feel like it's somewhere else in here now? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that... I'm going to look.
You're gonna look.
I'm going to look. Like, I don't think that she does. Should I breathe heavily, like like if this was like a different first-person shooter? Just like, where is it? I don't even like joking about this. I'm nervous. I'm going to be joking, and then they're going to do something to me. Okay, so this says. So that fell.
Mm-hmm.
So we could just get out there. From New Jersey. From.
This is good on this journey.
Okay.
Somebody asked about your guys' thoughts on Cabin in the Woods.
It's great.
Yeah, fun movie.
It's so much fun. It was like I never thought about that idea. You know what I mean? Like I love, without giving anything away. You know, I'm not going to give anything away. I'm not even going to hint. Just, what is that sound? What is that?
Oh yeah, this is cool. Look up.
Oh yeah.
After killing his family, the father hung himself with a garden hose they had in the
Was the father was it a fridge? Like, it's just, what if Silent Hills all came down to as a killer refrigerator? It'd still be really scary. Why? What is the significance of this, by the way? Do you
don't
think that they
know.
kept the baby in there or something?
I don't know. Get in there and let the blood fall on your face, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it does that? That's nuts.
Yeah.
Did you find that out by accident or on purpose?
On purpose.
Oh, you masochist. That's so gross. Come on. I'm just gonna look again. 'Cause
I don't know why you're seeking it out. You should probably just keep it moving.
I don't know why I am either. Okay, let's get out of here. Anybody? All right. Yuck. I'm not cleaning this up. Not my problem. All right. The baby's crying again. Door's open. That thing's going crazy. So, hello. That's new.
Yes.
All right. And that L is new over there.
Mm-hmm.
And now that's not moving. Is that moving the same over there, like the fridge?
Yeah.
Okay. Now the L's gone. So we are maybe to believe that. Yeah, I think we can see where this is going. Oh, you! I saw you come out of there.
Yeah.
I saw you come out, but I wasn't sure what you were doing.
Just being super creep.
Yeah. He's good at it. Hell, like from Norse mythology, just one L.
It's Helena. Oh, there she is.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna want to get a move on, son.
Is she coming towards me?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Somebody says that if you listen to the radio when you see the fridge, it says that the father hung himself with an umbilical cord.
It says that he hung himself with a.
Wait, so what now? It unlocked.
With a hose, doesn't it say that?
What
Garden
unlocked?
hose.
Did you hear that unlock?
Let's go in the.
Was it the loop?
Go down the stairs. Stairs.
She was coming closer to us.
Yeah.
I don't think she does anything to you. I think she just goes away. I think I remember playing with that one.
Cork, but apparently there's an alternate one where they say umbilical cord instead of
Oh,
the garden
really?
hose, yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Oh, this is like a demonic. That's amazing.
Oh, the lighting's great.
What is it saying? Is it just backwards? All right, should we continue?
Go.
Do it again. I think this is, for me, where it got incredibly cryptic.
Oh, yeah. I didn't like when the eyeballs were going. Not a big fan of eyeballs.
Oh, really? So this is not great for you?
It's not great.
Like that? That's not great?
I mean, it's not my favorite thing. If someone said, "Hey, you want to hang this in your house?" I'd be like, I'm good.
You want to hang a looping GIF on your wall?
Yeah. Do you have like a puppy jumping off a bed and biffing it instead? Maybe.
This is where I got stuck initially. This is as far as I got,
Yeah.
and I didn't understand what was happening. But I think it's a point. There is an inconsistency that I want to keep my eyes out for. I'll get it. There.
Mm-hmm. Why not stick my face right in there?
What's happening here?
Something in the bathtub.
It's like we're hearing like the memories of something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that... So that's him killing his wife, I guess. Okay.
It's like there's no subtitles for the dialogue, but we'll subtitle the words that are on the screen.
There's some subtitles for the radio. Let's see.
You got fired, so you drowned your sorrows in booze. She had to get a part-time job working a grocery store cash register. Only reason she could earn a wage
I don't remember
at
him
all
talking.
I don't either.
Manager liked how she looked in a skirt.
Do you remember this at all?
Nope.
You remember, right? Exactly 10 months back.
I don't remember this at all. Yeah.
What the hell was that? The fetus just told us about us? Or that
Okay,
baby
then.
telling me my business?
Very resonant voice, considering the size.
And condition. God, I don't remember that happening. Was that bad? Or...
That was pretty good.
Yeah. Am I going the right way?
Yeah.
Okay. Because now I'm not moving fast. Here we go. Wondering, does it... Do you notice... Hold on. Yeah, that extra little step is gone.
Mm-hmm.
The one that was a little bit harsher.
Yeah.
Tim, people are asking how much randomness you think is in this game, or if there is an underlying logic to everything.
If I can... You mean like random in... I think there's an underlying logic, but... Is the question whether or not you think you can replicate it every time? Like, if you can beat PT every single time you play it. Is that the question?
I
Or if
guess
it'll
it kind of is.
be-
I mean, the point is there a random number generator in this code somewhere? I think is if you really had to boil it down.
I think somewhere there's some elements of randomness, but that's just me, like, based on my playthroughs. There may be people that have boiled it down to a science, like, if and then this. I've seen a lot online where it's like, you see that?
Yeah.
Where it's like, I think that's...
Do we have all the picture pieces?
No, we could look for another one. There's one in there, actually.
Oh, yeah, on the step.
Yeah.
It'd be so satisfying to get like an engineer or programmer to have
Break it
access
down.
to this source code and then just fully dissect it and be like, here's this, this is why this.
So I think that people have noticed some things.
204863.
Is the baby in the sink?
2048.
No. This is like the most normal it's been, except for
That whole thing.
it's glitching.
People want to know if you think Alien Isolation or Evil Within will turn out to be a better game.
Better is Ah, crap. Did you see this?
Yeah.
You did? Okay.
Did you see this?
I did too. Yeah. Well, what was that last question? I feel like I didn't answer that completely. What was about?
Alien Isolation or Evil Within?
Well, no, that's that one, but for sure.
Oh, the randomness?
Yeah. I think that they probably is some underlying logic, but I think there's an element of cryptic likeness to it because Kojima wanted people to find it out later. He wanted it to be weeks later, so I think that's intentional. I don't know if there's that much logic behind it. But as for Alien Isolation or Evil Within, I think that Alien Isolation will be creepier moment to moment, like atmosphere-wise. But the gameplay won't be as fun as Evil Within. That's just me, actually playing the game. I think Evil Within will be more fun in a classic sense. But I think that they're both going to do what they set out to do well. I'm expecting to have a good time with both of those. But does that answer make sense?
It makes sense to me. I
All
think
right.
they will both be rewarding experiences, but I agree. I don't think Alien Isolation will be fun in the same fist pumping kind of way.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Where it's just I got that headshot, and head came off his shoulders or something. But I think that Evil Within will have more scary moments than in previous Mikami Resident Evil kind of games.
So did we get all the picture pieces then?
I don't know if we did. I don't know if it's necessary.
It's just a fun thing to do.
Sure. So we got that one. We got the one on the frame.
They say to zoom in on the pause menu to get another piece of the puzzle here.
That's right. I'm working on it. Yeah, there it is.
Of course.
I mean, oh.
People are curious what your plans are for Halloween, Tim. I think they're trying to invite you over. Jeff Cork, you say exactly where you are.
Look at the picture.
Oh,
shit.
damn it. What do you want? Come on, let's go. That's creepy what she did right there. I don't remember her doing that. I'm going to do the loop because I think I know what to do next.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm starting to... This is still creeping me out. I've legitimately do have goosebumps every time something like that happens, and I just don't know how it can continue to get
Look
me.
at the picture.
Oh, yeah.
Can you gouge it?
Yes, can you hear it? This sign, can you read it? I'll wait forever if you just come. Hold on a second. I'm trying to figure out what to do next here.
This is the phone part now, right?
I think it might be. Oh, go walk to the phone?
I think we just have to wait for the phone to ring, right?
Yeah, let's go talk on the phone. Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
What you
Oh,
doing?
probably hang out with some friends. Usually, dress up in costumes and stuff. Yeah. It's hand out candy to trick-or-treaters. There's an awesome
Cool.
haunted basement. There's an old converted soap factory in Minneapolis that usually does a really good... I think that's what I have to wait for. There's a really good haunted house in that soap factory basement, and I think I'll go to that again this year, probably. So those are some of my rituals. I like watching a lot of horror movies and stuff, playing scary games. Yeah.
Is it like a typical Halloween ritual for you? Like a bloody pentagram?
On my carved into my chest.
I always think of the basement floor. But
Oh. Yeah. I mean, it depends on, do we want to raise the devil just as our son? Hold on. I want to
Okay.
hear what people have planned for Halloween, but I think I got to do this thing real quick where once the clock rings, I think this is the super cryptic stuff.
yes.
I think the phone call comes after this.
Because the baby cries? Is that...
Yeah, exactly. And then I don't totally remember. This is where I ended up doing this part a lot, so we may not make it through all of this if we have. We're probably getting to a good point where it'd be awesome to switch over to Outlast. But all right, so listen. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So
Now you go see the baby?
then it's supposed to giggle again, I think. That's not a giggle.
You ain't no baby.
I did this a lot. And I also had a microphone on, and I was saying Gareth into it because I think that's supposed to be part of it. Some people thought. Did you do that at all, Jeff?
No.
No. Did you did the 10 steps to the phone?
I never saw the end.
Oh, you didn't?
On my
Okay.
PS4.
Yeah, I think I was whispering Gareth at a certain point. But
This sounds a lot like saying Bloody Mary in front of a mirror, though. I wonder, like...
it's a little like that. It is. There's a little bit of that in there. Have you ever done that? Have you said Bloody Mary 50 times in front of a mirror? It has to be a bathroom that has no window, right? I heard 50.
times?
That's
Good
some tension
grief.
right there.
After a while, it's just you kind of bored, though, right?
I don't know. I've never done it. Like,
So is there anyone in the chat that knows exactly...
I think...
Has it been totally decoded at this time now?
And also, do people want us to try to do this? Because I think it'd probably be
The payoff's
better
pretty cool,
served to
though.
go see Outlast. But they released that, didn't they? They released that little... You can go see that now, little Norman Reedus thing.
Tim, somebody says all you need to do is take the 10 steps, then find the ghost when she is haunting the mirror, then stop moving.
Okay. All right, I'll try that. We'll give that a shot. Thanks for the advice, by the way. It's much appreciated. What are people doing for Halloween? I want to know. What are you doing, Jeff? We're going with the kids, probably.
Yep. Trick-or-treating.
You know what they're going to be?
They don't know yet.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So you just hang out in front of the mirror now?
Yeah, I'm giving it a good...
And she haunts it?
I think so.
Believe it or not, everybody has a different theory. So I'm getting so many different responses.
I mean, I remember going to the sink as being part of that theory.
So always go to the sink or never go to the sink?
Always, always going to the sink. And I think that there's always a chance she'll haunt. It always sounds like something's going to happen, and sometimes it doesn't, and that's what's smart
This
about
is really
this
like
game.
getting a legendary item in Destiny.
Is it? This is the loot cave, but it's the loot bathroom.
Exactly.
Yeah, almost everybody's saying this is when you have to say Jareth into the mic.
This is it?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was doing before when I got that ending, which I'll say it. I don't have a mic on me, but
You'll just
I
say it.
could just, if we say it loud enough, I don't know. Do we want to do that, or should we go over to some Outlast, you think?
I think it's safe to go to some Outlast.
Yeah? Is that what, are people okay with that? I mean, I think that's probably going to be more entertaining, so let's kick over to Outlast. That was cool.
Boop.
Should we start a new game in Outlast, or I could go over to my profile and pick up where I left off?
I think starting a new game would be great because the beginning is pretty fantastic.
Okay.
And I'm sure a lot of people haven't checked it out yet.
Including Jeff Cork.
I have.
Oh, you have played a little of
I have
this?
played a little
Oh,
bit.
okay. I thought you had.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is a pretty spooky game. Additionally, I almost feel like I'm going to be completely honest here.
Let's do it.
This is me being me. This is I'm too creeped out, I think, to play this game sometimes. Like
Really?
in my house with headphones on, because you could put headphones right in the bottom of the PS4 controller, and putting on headphones and just playing it in the dark by yourself. Like this game is creepy. It looks really good. So I think I need to get back on that.
Tim, what's the scariest movie?
Scariest movie? Mm-hmm. Like in the moment, was it the scariest for me, or do I think that recently, like the last movie that really scared me?
Both.
Well, in the moment, like Halloween was the first movie that like scared me to a point where I needed to like watch all horror movies, where it's just like, this is it. Like this is a feeling that I want to try to repeat because it was super exciting to me.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I mean, I think that of movies I've watched recently, like recent horror movies, I thought that Martyrs was good. I mean, I don't know how recent that is. We're talking about like from 2000 on, because I love horror movies. I love like them going back to like Night of the Living Dead, So 2000s is more recent. But Strangers is way up there. Paranormal Activity. Martyrs. Inside. is like a French horror film where if you are into, this sounds weird, if you're into like the creepy, weird, like fetus in a sink type thing, like what that implies, just seeing a bloody fetus in a sink, what that implies inside is like what happens before that. Like it's a really grim movie, and I haven't been that unsettled by a movie in a while. So I'd say Strangers, Paranormal Activity, Inside, Martyrs. Those are some big recent ones for me. How about you?
I don't know. I was asking. 'Cause
Okay.
I want to see some spooky stuff.
Yeah. I think all those would do pretty well for you, even though I think we watched Paranormal Activity together.
Mm-hmm. I sat right next to you.
You
I
remember?
remember
Cork,
there was
huh?
a real asshole yelling at the screen.
Yeah, I remember
The
that.
theater shouted him out.
That was awesome.
It was pretty great.
That almost never happens.
Yeah.
He's very deliberate with that thing.
Someone's wondering, Tim, what you think of The Others.
The Others. I haven't seen The Others. Is that...
That's a Nicole Kidman one.
yeah,
right?
isn't that... that came out like in the early 2000s, didn't it?
The early aughts. Yep.
Yeah, I have not seen that. From what I gathered, like that always came off to me as being a little bit more, like, I don't know, not goofy, but like lighthearted. Like, has anyone seen like The Innkeepers? Like, there's some dark stuff going on in there, but it's kind of lighthearted.
It's not really lighthearted.
The Others isn't.
No. It's super.
Was it
sad.
scary?
It's unsettling at times.
All right,
but
should I watch it?
Yeah.
I like suggestions, by the way. Also, like, I might not be able to keep track of all of these suggestions. So, like, I actually recently, like, went online and looked up, like, the top 50 horror movies of all time and found a list and just, like, started working through all of them. And I went back and watched all of them, pretty much. And I rewatched stuff I wasn't sure about, but that was, like, when I was talking to you about, like, watching Jacob's Ladder and The Exorcist and...
Oh, Jacob's Ladder's so good.
I just recently watched The Fly, the David Cronenberg remake with Ben Hansen, which was awesome and held up super well.
It's Jeff Goldblum. Ben Hansen's not in it.
I'm not sure. They have some similar mannerisms.
Mannerisms.
I almost had a mannerism watching that movie. But regardless, the last one I have on that list is Audition, which I think I've seen. It might have just been a while, which is supposed to be super creepy and weird. But I'm interested in any and all suggestions. So you just do. I'm just Tim Turi on Twitter. So
Tim Turney. Somebody wants to know.
you can hire me as a Tim attorney.
Habeas corpus. Someone wants to know if you've seen You're Next.
I have seen Your Next. Your Next is really cool.
It's fun.
I thought that, I don't know about you, Jeff, but like I felt like the trailers did not make it out to be great at all. It seemed super generic.
I didn't see the trailers.
But you didn't. All right. Well,
I
that's
just heard that it was good.
that's good for you. Yeah. But you actually go see it, and it's not like I almost feel bad making this comparison, but Cabin in the Woods understands what horror movies are and how they're perceived as a genre and plays with that. Your Next, I think, also gets it. Like it's self-aware in a way, but it has some like really good payoff and some surprisingly like kind of quirky stuff going on. It is all right. All right, hold on. Let me use my camera. There we go. But yeah, Your Next is a worthwhile movie, I think, especially if you're like a fan of the genre and get it. I think there's some people that would see Cabin in the Woods and they'd be like, "Yeah, it was really actually pretty creepy for a while, but then there's some other stuff that happened, and I just don't get it. It wasn't scary." You know what I mean?
Yes.
What are some of the scariest movies that people have seen? Like, I'm curious what people watching think. You're gonna have to speak up. I can't hear you. That's not generally
sucks.
how static sounds. Did you say that channel sucks?
Yeah.
That creeped me out a little bit. That got me.
People talking about VHS.
VHS is a lot of fun. I think the best short in VHS is the one by I think his name's Ty West. He's the director of like the House of the Devil and Innkeepers, like I was talking about before. And his in there is just like man, if we were talking about like Amnesia, like where you just play long enough and nothing's really happening, and then like you see that first monster and you're like, oh, holy hell. Ty West has like good pacing for that sort of thing, where you just get grabbed by some extreme act of violence or just something comes out of nowhere. And his VHS movie did a good job with that. VHS 2 is really good too. The last one specifically really fun. That one is by the director of Hobo with a Shotgun, and it's about like, I won't spoil it, but you should watch VHS 2 as well. Oh boy, that is. When I see stuff like that reminds me when I would lose a tooth when I was a kid, and it was just like barely hanging on by a piece of gum. Do you remember that?
bother? Do you want to put
Yeah, I kind of want to
tie a
yank it
string
off.
to it and have your dad pull it?
Yes, please, and then I could just boom,
Yeah.
like that, and then it would
Right.
it would yank it right off. What other horror movies are people talking about?
A lot of people talking about The Thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
the thing is fantastic.
the remake, and also the
I haven't seen the remake. Is it worth? I mean, the
Well,
remake being the John Carpenter one, but
but-
then there was a remake, or that was
no,
a
it was a prequel.
prequel. That's right.
Yeah, and I think that's actually worth watching.
Yeah.
I watched it in theaters a couple times, and I was impressed. And I'm a big fan of The Thing, but I felt like it did enough to like. It was pretty true to like the vibe of the original, and I don't think it like retconned anything too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. I'm so sorry. Where'd he go? Did he fall? Oh gosh, are you all right, sir? Oh no, he's super not all right. Yeah, The Thing is great.
These things are not great.
Somebody mentioned the fact that ABCs of Death 2 is out now.
That's out again.
That's what one person in the chat says. So
Oh wow, I should probably watch it. I really like the ABCs to Death 1. I remember watching that with Ben Reeves and his now wife, and she was super not into it and left. I think right around G.
Right after F is for fart.
Wait, yeah, F is for fart.
GTFO.
Is F for fart in that one? Yeah, it is. Oh, where is that sticking in? Oh no.
Got out. The variants. You can't
Very articulate.
fight them.
Hold on, I don't really need to see this. You're gross.
Unlock the main doors from security control.
But yeah. Oh, you can do it.
Somebody brought up some dumb movie called The Mist. I don't know if you've seen that.
The
Tim.
Mist. Yeah, The Mist is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I think specifically the black and white version that comes in the special edition. It helps those like those visuals age a little bit better, like all the CG. Because actually, like Frank Darabont wanted to film that in the same way that Stephen King envisioned it when he was writing it, which was kind of like as a 1950s black and white classic horror film, like a creature feature type thing. And this will go for it.
Little pig.
He is ugly. Ugh.
So is he like the big bad of the game?
I think he's kind of like the recurring monster.
Okay.
But The Mist is great, and that one is absolutely one of my favorites.
Who are you?
Jeff, you've seen The Mist, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you like it?
Yes.
Okay.
I like it a lot.
How
It's one of your favorites?
Yeah, it is.
It's my favorite.
Is it really?
Absolute favorite.
Is it really?
God, you
That is, I like it a lot.
Okay.
guard your life, son. You have a call.
I also like I got really fascinated by the Mist for a while because I found out that the short story or the novella or whatever you call it that Stephen King wrote was a big inspiration for Half-Life, and I love the idea of maybe like those. Like, what if, like, the Half-Life monsters attacked a grocery store in, like, a small East Coast town? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, how would people deal with that? Because, like, Gordon Freeman, he manages it and gets the shotgun eventually, and then he gets the machine gun, and then there's the rocket launcher. But if you didn't get that, it changes the context completely, like Alien to Aliens,
Right.
Like, how people handle things when they are unarmed. But
Somebody mentioned a French horror movie called Fear of the Dark.
I don't know that one. I think is that a Iron Maiden song?
Or a smarter person mentioned the fantastic horror film called 13 Ghosts.
Oh, that old thing. Have you seen that?
I saw it in theaters.
You
Yeah.
did? Yeah. I watched it and I think I was kind of into it, but I like it conceptually, but I think. Oh, I gotta peek. Okay.
Somebody also brought up Mum and Dad from 2008.
Mom and Dad.
Mum and Dad.
So you just kind of go like that. So you go up to the door frame, and once he puts his hands up, you know to peek. Okay. I haven't seen Mum and Dad. 13 Ghosts I wasn't a huge fan of. That
No.
was kind of corny.
Tim and Jeff, someone wants to
Yes.
know, and he's asked a bunch of times, do you watch American Horror Story?
I just started season 2 a few nights ago. And it is great. You would love it, Tim.
Would I?
Yes, it's fantastic.
What I want to talk about, this real quick. Like,
They're really into it.
what I like about this is, like, everyone doesn't want to walk in front of the TV.
No, it's rude.
It's really
Can you
rude.
straighten it? Would they appreciate that at least?
What happens if you stand in front of it too long?
No.
Yeah, he's not into it.
Yuck. This is right before he gets hit by RoboCop's car.
But
You should watch American Horror Story.
yeah,
It's
is
great.
it? I mean, is it funny and weird? Like, is it goofy, or is
There are
it?
moments that are goofy, but it's
But is
and
it
it shifts gears and it's super distressing and creepy.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like tonally kind of all over the place, but in a really fun way.
okay?
Yeah.
You see, I'm into that. Like, I like weird tonal shifts. It seems like they're doing it well. Like, take like the new Wolfenstein for example, which
Let's
is
take it.
all over the place. Maybe I should watch it. How many seasons are they in?
I think they're on the 4th season. I think it's starting.
Okay. Like, that's one of those shows where when people talk to me about it, like, they talk with almost like breathless enthusiasm. You kept your breath. You're in
I
shape.
kept my breath.
Yeah, but
I tried.
there are some who just like are just so into it, and
I don't fault those people because it is a good show.
it's a good time.
Yep.
Yeah,
You should watch it.
I'll have to check that out. Are people watching this pretty big fans? I'd be curious to know. I'm trying to remember.
People say no, don't watch it.
Really?
No, everyone's like, yeah, it's great.
Okay, all right. It's always fun. Like, there is so much horror that you can like feel like you're pretty well caught up, and then if you look back at like great stuff that you've missed, there's still always a lot. There's also some good stuff coming up. I've seen some trailers for a movie called The Others. Have you heard of this? No, it's Annabelle is the name of it. I just accidentally said The Others.
Oh my god. Okay, I have a question about that one.
that guy, you got me. So if you've seen The Conjuring, that jerk, he's ugly too. The Conjuring is about these sort of like this family being haunted, and there's these paranormal investigators that come to help them, and they are in possession of this creepy doll named Annabelle, and it's based on a true story, based in Connecticut, the trailer looks pretty good. It makes it look real good. And there's also a new Amityville coming out, which looks not as good as Annabelle, but pretty good. I think I'm gonna go see both of them.
So the doll that the true story was based on was like a Raggedy Ann.
Yeah, it was.
Doll. But here's the deal. That doll is so terrible looking. Why would you give that to a child to play with?
You
Because
think
it comes like pre-grossed out.
you
like
think
he's-
so? I never thought they were that creepy.
No, not the Raggedy Ann. That's just a thing. I'm
Oh,
talking about the
like
Annabelle doll that's in that
in the movie, yeah.
It's like this
Like a
child
Chucky doll?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's-
looks like Chucky after.
Yeah, it's like no one needs to be playing with
His
this
face
thing.
is all it looks like a Lady Elaine Fairchild kind of.
Yeah,
Mr.
oh,
Rogers,
God.
Just kind of ruddy and gross.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to describe it. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think
You know, it
Is
would
this-
be a good if you wanted to scare my wife for Halloween. A good costume if you dressed up like the trailer for that movie. 'Cause
Oh,
every
really?
time it comes on, she's just like
she's not into it.
"Wah."
Okay.
Nope.
I have this key card now. I gotta find out what to do with this. But yeah. When Chucky came out, I couldn't play with my buddy and me anymore. Is that guy interested in us? Okay. I had my buddy and me doll, which is I think what the Chucky doll is at least loosely based on.
Yeah. Good
Um,
guys.
Yeah, good guy dolls.
And is it an instruction or
Mm.
like a description of what that guy is?
No, that's okay.
Somebody brought up whether or not you guys are into scary documentaries, like ones about hauntings or things like that.
I think they're interesting, but I don't really
Like-
believe any of that stuff's real, right?
Oh, like
You don't-
not mockumentaries, but like not like Troll Hunter or Blair Witch or something. We were talking.
No, we're
about,
talking
like-
100% real stuff.
Oh, I think it's entertaining.
Yeah.
I would always watch that stuff when it would be on like like TV. There would be like shows that are kind of going
Like
after that.
unsolved mysteries.
Exactly.
That kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm into it, but I don't seek it out at all. If there's a really good one, I would check it out. I think someone wanted me to press triangle. What was
Do we
that?
have people in there that believe in ghosts? That's something I always
Oh,
find
yeah.
really interesting.
I'm also just curious if people are afraid of the dark, even. Like,
Okay, we'll get to that. Someone
Okay,
is
all right.
asking, which is an odd question, but I kind of like it. What is your favorite location for horror, like in a game? Like, do you guys like schools, mansions, hospitals?
That's a really good question. I like schools.
oh yeah,
Malls are really good.
schools generally
Silent
do-
Hill 3 had a good mall. Dead Rising obviously has malls.
And gosh, the school in just Silent Hill 1 was just like they really nailed it, especially considering that's like once you're in the school, that's like where you're really settling into what the game's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tip 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 tap 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 tap.
I like that question.
I'm trying to think of my answer. I don't even know if I know it. I like things that I didn't think of. You know what I mean? Like I like it when it takes a left turn. I really like horror games that are set in Raccoon City. Like
Yeah.
like really, I think that's
How about a
really
rowboat?
great.
The whole game is set on a rowboat.
Rowboat would be
and
pretty
it's just
good.
a ghost to you.
Yeah, gosh, I don't know if I can think of one where it's like, oh, we're getting over here, it's gonna get real.
Someone also wants to know, what is the scariest enemy? Is it ghosts, demons, killers, you know, zombies?
It's this guy right here. I think it's anything that chases you. Like anytime you're being chased in a game and it's up to you to run from it, like, or you're gonna die. That's what really gets me, I think. And a lot of times that'll be like just a crazy killer or a zombie or nemesis or something like that. What about you, Jeff?
Trying to think. Yeah, it's totally a cop out, but anything, yeah, they can totally kill you. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Usually, erase a bunch of your progress.
Like a xenomorph, maybe?
I kind of, xenomorph, yeah. I think a classic enemy for me is like a Silent Hill nurse.
Oh, really?
Super creepy.
You really don't like them?
Not a huge fan. Like the weird jittery animations, those are super creepy.
I'm trying to think of, the creepiest thing that I've ever seen in the game, like an enemy that I like hate. I just don't want to deal with it at all.
I know exactly what it is, and it's not a horror game for me, but it is the husk version of the Asari. Oh, Banshees, they're called, the Mass Effect 3. Like the weird, pregnant, super tall, lanky Asari that just screams.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot stand those things.
Yeah, they did suck. Yeah, given the right context, any like certain enemies can be scary, even if it's not a scary game. Yeah, I mean, Crimson Heads are pretty rough in the Resident Evil remake, because they check a couple boxes, which is they surprise you that they're getting up, and then they're faster and stronger than a lot of
That's 2
enemies in the
boxes?
game. Yep, you got it then.
They are zombies.
Just a couple of zombies. A couple of zombie boxes. Okay, so we're going to the basement. Got it.
This is a great plan.
Yeah, why not? Or leave, but he's a journalist, so, you got to get that hot scoop.
People have mentioned that you guys look terrified.
Oh, of Outlast?
Right. It's just nothing compared to PT.
Well, we also have been having a conversation over it a little bit, but I also don't think that this game is as scary as PT. I'm feeling like kind of cavalier after PT, I will say that where like the PT is a much scarier experience from everything I've played of Outlast. And I think that's because this game is more grounded, like from what I've played of it. It's surreal and in some ways, but in other ways it's trying to be like, oh well, this could have happened to you or something. I don't know, because PT, the sort of supernatural element of it, it sort of gives it a little bit more creative license to just screw with you nonstop. I don't
Yeah,
know.
and it's supernatural, I think, in a way that, frankly, I'm kind of getting desensitized to, like, crazy people in a nut house
Yeah.
with blood all over their faces.
Which is what this specializes in. Can I like crouch around corners? 'Cause this is where it gets intense again. I mean, up to now it was sort of like jump scares and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where it's kind of like starting to get real. Because there's more like agency involved with this part.
So what's the creepiest sound in a game for you?
Everything that was in PT is pretty good.
The crying baby, I think.
Crying
for
baby, I
sure.
think more than the crying baby. I have a really hard time with like if you've seen like Ju-on and The Ring and stuff, the weird like throat noises.
Oh, yeah.
I don't do so well with those. Hold on. We gotta be quiet for a second. Is that door? Which door is it? I'm out of here.
Someone asked if you prefer. They describe it as a passive horror game or an active horror game, and they describe it as passive being something like Fatal Frame and active being like Dead Space, which I don't know is the best way to describe it, but I guess kind of helpless, offensive or
Oh.
defensive is kind of the question.
I think clearly the passive ones.
Oh,
are that
crap.
description of the like, scarier ones.
Should I get up?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, we're fine. Don't worry about it. Did he give up? He did. We're good.
He's the master of unlooking things.
Yeah, Cork, you were saying about the passive versus sort of more active shooting stuff in the face.
What's up?
You're talking about like more active games where you're shooting things in the face, or passive horror.
Oh, I just said that obviously the games that you are defensive are way scarier, and I think it depends on what you're looking for. If you want to feel like a big powerhouse.
Oh, crap.
Oh boy.
You see me?
Did you get any weapons in this game?
Hold on, do you think I can sneak around?
Yeah. What is he looking? Okay.
I wonder if I could have made it out in that.
Yeah,
That window.
for sure.
You could turn off the gas pump. I think that it's a mix is the best. Like this, you're kind of it's pretty passive, right? Like I'm not fighting anybody, but there's enough agency involved that it's not just like an on rails like haunted house, and it's just scripted jump scare after scripted jump scare. That's what's important for me. All right, I'm gonna try to really focus on this part and get past this guy. Where is he? Nope. So I think he's walking around in front of the door. I'm really curious though, like,
Oh God.
excuse me. Steady. Steady. Did I get away with it?
Yep.
That's really satisfying. And that's a wrap. Okay. Oh, this is not.
Oh, look at those batteries.
Do you hear footsteps?
No.
How are we doing? Hold on, I just want to make sure he's not coming. What? We're good. Where's the other generator? Batteries. batteries. Let's make sure he's not here. We're good. Yep.
Someone's asking, it's the chat, not specifically for you guys, but if you have some input, it'd be interesting. You're talking about horror animes, if there's any good ones that you guys have seen.
You know, I don't know if I've gone down that road. Yeah, I don't think I've gone down that road at all.
I know for a fact that I have not.
Somebody brought up Paranoia Agent as one.
Oh, I love Paranoia Agent. Paranoia Agent
serious?
is probably my favorite anime series I've seen all of, but that helps because it's only 9 episodes. It is creepy. You know, like Paranoia Agent is creepy, and in a really surreal kind of like way. It's not so much like a jump scare, but like this kind of sense of dread sometimes. I'm surprised they pull it off within, you know, like an anime.
So what's going on with this show? What's it about?
It's like, if I describe it, it's going to immediately take the weight out of anything for potential
You've
like
already lost me at
creepiness.
anime, so don't worry.
And part of that involves a kid on rollerblades with a baseball bat that skates around and like attacks people at night.
Okay.
And you don't know when it's going to happen or which characters it's going to happen to, but it's that in the context of the wider mystery is pretty creepy. They do a good job with it.
Does he wear a mask?
His face is kind of shadowed by a baseball cap. It's worth watching. I think I actually just hearing about it again. I'm happy whoever brought that up again because I want to watch through all of it
somewhere.
I have not found it online at all. So I've been looking for it like on Netflix and stuff, but maybe like what is it? Crunchyroll? Is that it? That's the anime streaming service. It might be on there. I'm leaving. Is he gone? Was that the other generator?
I think it is.
Oh, is that the gas right there?
That's the battery.
Okay.
Somebody else for horror animes brings up Elfenlied and Rin, Daughters of Nememsine, or High School of the Dead.
Oh, I've watched a little High School of the Dead actually. It's goofy. It's you know, like what it does well is it mixes some like of the kind of like the Japanese drama, like high school drama that it's so known for, like animes and some games are known for, with like some pretty grim zombie encounters, and like, hey, they're stuck in this high school. What do you do? I would actually probably continue watching that.
What's the most scared you guys have ever been in real life?
The most scared I've ever been in real life.
That's a good question. Did someone ask that, or is that just you?
That's a Ben Hansen original.
Okay. Man, yeah, Jeff, you got something?
I'm trying to think of like things that I can legitimately talk about.
Oh, right, like that aren't just like super personal to you.
Or statute of limitations hasn't
Oh, okay.
run out. Let's see.
I am right now. I think I need to find one more gas thing. I think there might be another door to look at, but I'm interested in getting a battery in there.
Well, this is like probably a different kind of fear, but when I went out to the the Batman trip with Ben Hansen and Brian Four.
Oh, nice.
And so the morning before, you know, you go online and check in for your flight. And I went in to check in, and this is on a Sunday because the flight was Monday first thing. And I went in to check in, and I'm putting in all the stuff, and realized to my absolute horror that my passport had expired.
Oh.
So
And you had to get it renewed at a haunted
I
house
had
or
to
something?
no, it was just like complete panic, terror, like, oh no, this is just, everything is going to fall apart and everything. Ended up like getting the passport renewed. Oh God.
We're good.
Last possible second, and ended up getting to the appointment, like meeting you guys at Rocksteady's offices like half an hour before we were supposed to see the game demo. So
Wow.
It was like the complete skin of my teeth. It all worked out.
But
That was terrifying because there was like almost a weather delay in Canada. There was the layover and just all this stuff.
Yeah, that's actually really intense.
Yeah, it was super nerve-wracking.
Man.
So don't blow it. Look at your passport's expiration date.
Yeah, this probably want to keep up on that. I think I'm good for a while.
Yeah.
But now I'm nervous.
You're probably not as good as you think you might be.
Hmm.
Or for your sake, I hope you are, though.
Should I look out here real quick?
Sure.
For me, I really don't know. Like, it's tough to say. I haven't been really legitimately freaked out in a while.
It was when Hansen stood behind you and like touched your shoulders.
That was creepy.
Pretty spooky.
You know, not that long ago, the house I'm staying in now.
No.
Hold on. I'll lose him in here. I can shake him. It's fine. No, it's not. Oh, he hurt me.
They're telling you to close some doors, Tim.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, when I'm in the room with him, maybe? All right, let me try that. Hold on.
Look, we're going to get some things sorted out, mister.
All right, that one. Oh, crap. Don't look on this side of it. Bad time for that. Ah! Get out of there. Okay.
God.
Tim, somebody brought up that you were referencing Brian Keene, and they said that they started reading those books and they were terrified.
They might be. Did someone? Is this someone that went to the GameStop Managers Conference?
They said you brought it up in the Resident Evil Super Replay.
Oh, I did. Okay. I also mentioned Brian Keene during a panel recently. But yeah, Brian Keene is like, I was like, believe it or not, there was a time where you could be a zombie fan, like a fan of zombie fiction, and there weren't a ton of options, which almost sounds insane to talk about. I went through like every zombie movie that I could find. So I gotta listen for footsteps. Every zombie game I could find. And finally I turned to books.
turned to books?
I turned to books as a last
God.
resort. And I found Brian Keene's stuff, like
Is
the
that like-
City of the Dead stuff. And man, like he really nails some of that stuff that you just like from like a bunch of ragtag survivors getting together and trying to make it in sort of like the Walking Dead kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a book. And what I love about his take, hold on, where is he? Just gotta find him because all I have to do is go forward there. Hold on, I got this. And good. Okay. What I love about his stuff is like Resident Evil is cool because one of the things that it does well is like, hey, what if this thing affected other organisms? How did that happen? Is that new? And City of the Dead kind of gets into that too. Like, oh, what if this thing hopped species? And I don't want to give away too much of it, except that you should read his zombie books. Ghoul is also really good, and then The Conqueror Worms. Oh, crap. He's like, I am not a Brian Keene fan. Please shut up. Oh, wait, I gotta go here. I got it. Get through there. Okay. That was bold. And spicy. But, yeah, Ghoul is good. Ghoul, man, I've been talking about Brian Keene for a while. Ghoul is good because, like, Stand By Me and, like, Super 8 kind of, like, kids banding together without the help of adults. Like, there's a bunch of incredulous adults around them and trying to figure stuff out in face of, like, some real, like, life-threatening situations. And Ghoul is like that mixed with, like, I don't know, like a monster that lives under a graveyard.
So it's basically it.
I have not seen it. I actually have.
Have you read it?
I have a giant copy of it sitting in my room, and I could probably beat a man to death with it if I had to, because it is a big book. So power's on, which means I need to go. Do I need to go back to the security room? Is this it? Yeah. Oh, that's no good. Right in there. Did he just put air into me?
My son, I didn't want to have to do this to you. But you can't leave. Not yet.
This guy's no good.
Yet for you to witness.
It's interesting. Is he wearing like a...
Will you
Is his
see
robe
it?
also like restraints or something?
Can you? Our Lord, the Wall Rider, tearing his truth into the unbelievers.
I haven't seen this part yet. This is like some
Only way
paranormal
out of
activity
this place is
stuff.
the truth. Accept the gospel, and all doors will open before you.
How about just the exit? I don't need all doors. Get me out of here.
Okay.
Please make it stop.
Someone wants to know if you guys want to see his new chainsaw and hockey mask.
Hey, Bart, want to see my new chainsaw and hockey mask? Did someone really ask that?
Yeah.
That's a really good reference. You should pat yourself on the back and have a good weekend. How are we doing? Do we want to play more Outlast, or should we switch over to Neverending Nightmares?
I think it's a good time to switch. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll take a while, so I'll just pop you guys on the mainstream and you guys can talk for a while.
Yeah, and we can talk a little bit more about maybe some of people's questions and stuff. This is a cool conversation. I like talking about this stuff.
I like talking to you.
Hey, gosh, you know what?
Feel my arm. Don't stop.
It's just normal, but I want you to
Yeah.
feel it. Like we've been talking about horror games like the entire month, but like I'm not sick of them at all.
Yeah.
Like horror games, horror movies, stuff like that. Like or books. Like I like that those sort of suggestions too.
Bet you don't really like books.
I
I think it's clear.
As a
Your
last
books
resort.
are like your last resort. They're like the bottle of cologne for the person with a serious drinking problem.
I think that I should start to read more horror because obviously, like, it's almost cliche to talk about it, but like your imagination makes those gaps, like closes the gaps between the pictures you form in your head and the words on the page. And I was trying to. This is one example of it. Like, I wanted to find a book to read with my girlfriend, and we were trying to agree on the same book. I really want to read Game of Thrones. I love Game of Thrones, but I have not played or read the books. I just like the HBO show, and I wanted to watch it with her and read it with her at the same time. And she didn't want to read it. She was almost more worried about reading it because of like how gory that can be and how violent it can be and like how much you'd imagine it.
Right.
And I just don't get that as much anymore. It's like, oh, how good are the visuals? And that's an important thing for making games scarier. Or in a horror movie, like it's so passive, except for the fact that games are interactive. But you're dependent on someone presenting something to you that is like, this is the thing. Like
Right.
this is the monster. This is the situation. And I think I need to read more books to imagine that. Because I remember reading a section from Chuck Palahniuk's Haunted. Have you read that at all? It's kind of like anthology, kind of just gross stories.
Yeah.
And there's one about a pool.
Yeah. Guts. Yes.
Yeah. And that's that's stuck with me. That whole story is stuck with me. And I think I've been too, like, I've evaded and tried to just not read that at all costs because of
Yeah.
that. But if you like horror and creepy stuff, I should be probably reading that.
Right.
Hey, Tim.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead and boot up Neverending Nightmares there?
Oh,
this
are we all
is
set?
a mouse and keyboard game, so
Okay.
it should be ready to go on Steam there.
Okay. Awesome. Well, let's hop in here. But anyway, I read a lot of Stephen King, I guess, so that counts. I read Cujo not long ago. Cujo's a good book.
I'll have to read that again because I can't remember how they get in that terrible situation.
You can't? It's a good setup. Okay. I'm just looking up again the name of this developer, which is, let's see. I don't know. Hanson, would you be able to look that up real quick? I'm trying to remember.
Sure.
Thank you
It's
so much.
Infina.
It's a,
Pop.
yeah. So this is interesting. This is actually my first experience with this game, like at
Yeah.
all. I know Kyle reviewed it and said it was really unsettling. I'm wondering how you play it. Okay, spacebar is good for opening doors.
Infinitap Games is the name.
Infinitap. All right. I'll go in here. He's like looking at nothing in particular. Can I go to... Do I want to take a bath? I wonder how thoroughly you interact with stuff. This is about as blind as I could go into any horror game. So like kind of what we were talking about before. This is kind of a good scenario, right?
Yes. So it looks like things that have like gold Or
Those are
something you
interactive.
can interact with.
Yeah. Phil. Oh. Some intense looks there. Is there something creepy about that picture?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of creepy. What do we got? Is it?
Pretty cool guy.
It's a nice goatee. All right. Go through here. I do like the sketch look. I think that's pretty cool. What is this?
Necromonicon.
This is Psalms 21 and 22. All right. This is not a great picture.
Why would you hang that up?
I don't
It's a
know.
little girl getting menaced by some axe-wielding maniac. I like that.
Turkey. Is that the?
There you go. Who's that?
Oh, that's creepy. Yeah, I believe this was a Kickstarter too.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
The developer also made Retrograde, which was that 2D shooter that you could play with the Guitar Hero controller.
Oh, okay. I don't think I ever tried that out.
It looked exactly like this.
Oh, really?
Tim, someone's asking if you're going to go see Tusk, which I'd also like to know.
I would love to. Are people considering that a horror movie?
Yeah, it's a horror movie with a sense of humor that exists outside of the framework of the movie, if that makes sense.
Just like the ludicrousness of like the scenario.
Right.
Okay.
Right, but it's not like they're winking and cracking
They're
too many
it's
jokes.
straight faced.
Yeah, straight face for Kevin Smith.
Okay. Wonder what that means. Just to look at it like that. Yeah, I would really like to see Tusk. I think it's just a matter of time. Have people seen Tusk? Do they like it? I know it's gotten. I've heard good buzz. I've been trying to ignore a lot of the buzz, but
Is it
reviews.
Oscar buzz?
I don't know. Don't put some shoes on, buddy. Come on. Say wake up.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of the art style, Jeff?
Looks pretty cool.
You like it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, let's just go straight to the graveyard then.
I guess it's in your backyard.
Maybe it's like a mausoleum type thing, and they
There's
like,
all
watch
the-
it.
Get your name in the credit for the graveyard if you.
Oh, you think that's it?
Oh, for sure.
Oh well, was Tusk Kevin Smith's last movie? There he is.
I like calling graveyards credits. Death credits.
Death credits.
Stay tuned for after the death credits, everybody.
Special thanks to you.
You're still sleeping? You promised we'd meet for breakfast.
Oh,
Are you okay? You look upset.
I'm sorry. I just had a terrible nightmare. I dreamt you were dead.
That's silly. I'm fine. Besides, you always promised you'd take care of your little
Do you think she's
sister.
fine?
Well, that was when we were kids.
It's still true, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why don't you try to get back to sleep? I'll wait outside.
I'll just wait outside for you to sleep.
I wonder if this is structured kind of like Every Day the Same Dream, Cork,
Oh yeah.
which is a free Flash game, browser-based game. You should definitely check out. Not a horror game.
Well, where'd she go? This seems different now. Yeah. It's a man with a skull. I'm hearing like more ambient weirdness in the background now. The music's gone. The organ isn't playing anymore. Do you get weirded out when you go into your basement ever, Cork?
Not really.
That's kind of cool. I like the idea that you just wake up again when you try to go to the basement. Are you afraid of the dark?
I try to avoid it
Do you?
because I trip on things typically.
But do you ever like watch or read about something and like start thinking about it, and then it's a little in your head, and then you think about it when you're in the dark? Like, does that happen to you much anymore?
Not as much. I remember when I was a kid, it was like
Yeah.
paralyzing.
Oh, I know if that's gonna happen again. I gotta find out. Yeah, I find myself not getting too afraid of the dark, but like after I played PT, or if I watch something specifically creepy, and if I'll be on the way to the bathroom, I'll be like, oh, maybe I should turn on the light. Yeah, I can't go in there. That's interesting. And then I'll start to think about it, and then I might rush through things. I won't turn on the light, but I will kind of rush through what
to
I
the
need to
other
do.
door.
I was gonna move past the basement. Actually, looks like there's a little bit more, but so it'll get to me a little bit sometimes. But really, I've been astounded by the one thing that's like its weight's decreased. I'm like my entire life is the dark. The dark used to be super crippling, like you said, and now I just don't really care. So I'm wondering, Ben, are you afraid of the dark?
I'm petrified of everything. Yeah, so terrified of the dark, absolutely.
Really?
Like I'm scared to do laundry late at night in the basement of my apartment.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, you have a lot of like empty space down there and stuff too. I think.
Yeah, and I heard that Puppet Bob Dylan saw something down there once, so you never know what to expect.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, you've watched some of those Puppet Bob Dylan
A huge fan.
things. Okay. I'm curious if anyone else is like even a little bit afraid of the dark that's watching this. Then just let me know your other fears too.
And where you live?
And where you live. Yes, thanks. What's in your bank account?
In murder blocks. That's pretty cool.
Was it?
The blocks, we go back there, they spell out murder.
Do they?
They do.
Oh, wow. Or does it say mutter?
Mulder, actually.
I think one of the Mulder, that little toy taking a poop.
He's a big boy.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I blew it so bad. I'm sorry. I'm curious when did this come out?
Just recently.
Today.
Was it just today?
So fairly recently.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I wonder if anyone else is curious about checking this out at all, or if they're afraid of the dark.
What the hell?
Don't do
No
it,
big deal.
man.
Oh.
A little bit of blood too. Every day this
It's a
happens.
nice clock.
Here's that axe murderer picture again. Let's head down here. That's cool. I really like the window effect.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really, really cool representation of the dark. No, that was good. I like that. That startled me a little bit. Not too much, but it got me a little bit.
People are curious about your individual favorite horror games.
The Resident Evil remake. It's not, like the Resident Evil remake is, to me, double fisted it, Conan O'Brien style. To me, the Resident Evil remake is my favorite horror game, and then I will say, PT is like the scariest game I think I've ever played. So, those are like two answers, like the scariest and like my favorite. So, how about you, Jeff?
PT, definitely scariest.
Yeah.
Favorite, probably say Dead Rising.
Yeah.
Big fan.
And like Dead Rising still can be like legitimately like you get this like sense of dread. Like I got to get from here to there, and there's all these zombies in the way, and I'm racing against the clock.
It's like a passport renewal situation. Basically.
Yeah, exactly. And I never got my passport renewed in Dead Rising.
Oh, this is gonna be super great. See the red?
Oh.
Oh.
Maybe a little bit. Lights on. There's gotta be something in here. Yeah. You can just like vaguely see the light. Or the red up there.
Yeah.
I wonder what that says. I think I see God. Just sitting behind us. Wow. That's cool. I like that was really subtle. I think the best thing that horror games can do, and I want to see more, and I think it's a reason why PT is as strong as it is just things changing subtly.
Yeah. Oh. Don't bring that candle in there.
Oh, do. But yeah, just things changing subtly each time. The looping technique is really good. Well, that's me. That's not probably the most interesting thing in the room for him specifically. Okay. Wait, now I could probably go in the basement.
Ah, yes. That is interesting that he didn't even
Note that.
glance.
Oh. Now it seems like the darkness is like closing in a little bit. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. That's pretty
God.
good. It's creepy. Is it... Can I keep moving? Is it bad if I stop?
I would keep moving.
Is it gonna happen again? I'm curious what kind of teeth this game has. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are some of the chat's favorite horror games of all time?
Somebody brought up I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream.
Oh, really? Yeah, we were
Great
just
game.
talking about that. I really want to try that out now. It sounds awful, like totally unsettling. What? I'm curious why they liked it.
They actually brought it up just saying that the short story is great, but they haven't played the game.
Oh,
But
really?
I guess Harlan Ellison, who wrote it, like does some VO work in the game.
Interesting. I wonder if it'd be better to read first.
Somebody is impersonating you in text form, Tim, and they say that every time you play a horror game, you say, "Oh man, that's good," and I like that.
Well, I'm trying to acknowledge that was creepy, but I'm not gonna. It wasn't enough for me to like. Whoa.
That's the same as being like somebody telling a joke, then you go, "That's very funny."
Yeah.
Which I do that sometimes too. Is that a good trade-off?
Doesn't seem like a great trade-off.
Did you play the Outlast DLC,
Oh,
Tim?
don't do that! What are you doing? Why did you tore his vein out? Why did he do that?
It was like picking a thumbnail where it just like had a little edge and he's just...
Why did you do that? It was like peeling the wrapper off of gum. I can't stop thinking about doing that. That was so...
Yuck.
That's...
There's no like foreshadowing for that either. It's
No.
just like picked up an axe, next thing you know. It's an axe
Feel
problem.
goosebumps. Here. Oh, that wasn't great.
But People are asking if you played the Whistleblower DLC for Outlast.
I haven't. Is it like a Minerva's Den situation where it's like better?
Seems that way. Yeah, everyone's
Yeah.
saying it's really great.
Well, I feel that way about the DLC for Amnesia: Dark Descent, the Justine DLC. It's like, yeah,
It's a bunch of teeth.
it's like it's permadeath. You have to do it in one shot, and it's like a tighter, more just like distilled package. I would recommend playing that. But I'm going to play through Outlast, and I'm going to check out the Whistleblower DLC. Is that available on PS4 as well?
I'd assume so.
I'll look into it.
Also, somebody says that there's a run button, Tim.
Oh, in this?
You're gonna chop down the
It's shift.
door.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I like the idea of being chased by darkness.
Yeah, are you happy now with the run button?
He's out of breath. That did not work out super hot for him. Maybe I could just use it sparingly.
This is a long hallway.
I heard that there's a Charlie Brown mod for this game.
Is that right?
No, that's not true.
What would it be like then?
He didn't think that far ahead.
Yeah, no.
Or it would be just like as it never stops going?
Just putting his head on the person, I think would be very funny.
Attic's never a great call. Let's... Damn it. Let's go. This is getting worse all the time.
No. Look at that house. It's all
Uh,
gross.
it's nasty. I'm actually kind of getting intrigued by this game. I feel like I want to see this through. I wonder how long it is. Like, how long can you keep doing this, and making it still engaging? But maybe more gets revealed about the story a little bit, and the fact that you can run. That's cool.
Someone asked if Tim, Cork, and Ben Hansen were in a horror film, who would be the first to die?
Oh, Ben Hansen.
Or would they play on your expectations? And it's like, oh, he seems like he's the one that would die,
My
but
expectations. Yeah.
and I think I would maybe be one of the cavalier ones and be like, listen, guys, I've been training for this my entire life. I know horror.
Hack!
Yeah,
As
and
an
then,
axe in
and
the
then
back of your
right in
head.
the back. That startled me. All you did was yell "hack" loudly into my headphones, and that
It was really loud,
That
to be
startled
fair.
me.
Can I be the killer all along?
Oh, if you must.
Okay. That seems like a good place to go.
I love when
take off like a rocket.
I love when something like that happens. It just reveals the mechanics before you do anything with it.
Somebody's gonna chase you.
I hope not. It better not. Don't.
Don't.
This room's fine. Don't worry about it. Can I hide under beds?
No, they're not gold.
Also, if you want to read a little bit more about PT, and up on that, like Kim actually wrote something for the website today. I believe it should be up right now.
Yep.
It's all about like, I had a long conversation with her about this, and it was really fun. But just about why Kojima is a good fit for like Silent Hill, but horror specifically too. Well, horror in general, but Silent Hill specifically. Just talking about like the Psycho Mantis fight and him like loving to break the fourth wall, and the idea of like him being able to kind of unleash his creativity outside of the Metal Gear franchise.
Especially like looking back at the Sorrow.
Yeah,
That fight really terrifies me.
Yeah, where you're going through the river.
Yeah, just nothing
Yeah.
freaks me out more, and there's a lot of this in Fatal Frame too, but ghosts who are in pain and like
Oh, wow.
asking for help, I just hate that idea.
Wow, I did not know that about you. Only you can help me, Ben Hansen. It hurts.
Why aren't you guys talking? Come on, it's a live stream. Keep up the energy.
Keep up the energy.
Yeah. So anyway, that's worth reading if you're excited about PT and can I help you? She seems unimpressed.
Meh. A lot of dolls in this house.
Of the upcoming horror games, I'm curious what the chat is most interested in. So you got stuff like the Resident Evil Remastered, Alien Isolation, Evil Within, Resident Evil Revelations 2, Silent Hills I think counts for sure. What else is coming up here? Routine is a indie game that's downloadable, kind of like sci-fi horror. Yeah, like those are some that come to mind. Oh, okay. So maybe not then.
A lot of excitement for Evil Within.
Oh god, look at all those veins.
You could pull
Where would
so
you
many.
even begin?
Evil Within.
Some people are excited about Alien, but a majority is Evil Within. Oh, Until Dawn, somebody brought up.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I love the campiness that's embracing, and it looks really good.
That's one that I'm glad that Sony kind of put it on hold and moved it from PS3 to
And
PS4.
move.
Yeah, because I saw a demo of it a couple years ago at Gamescom. They showed it like around the same time they were talking about Puppeteer for the first time.
Oh, really?
And it was like, oh, this is a really cool idea. You know, it's just, you can assume that the new PlayStation's on the way, and I hope it's good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of a drag sometimes when you do see what you think is a really good idea, and you kind of go, I wonder if this is gonna be squandered. You know?
Yeah, because of the fading relevance of that generation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I'm really excited about that one. Dying Light is also up there for me. At this point, I think that's looking a little bit better than Dead Island 2. I mean, actually quite a bit better. Just like more interesting traversal day-night cycle. So there's some cool stuff going on with that. And I played it a few times and it plays really well. Obviously, I'm just going off of what I've seen of Dead Island 2. Like, I haven't played that yet. I could play that and decide, like, oh my gosh, like this plays really well. It's because Dead Island 1 is a really, really fun game.
Somebody brought up Fatal Frame 4 coming to Wii U.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I don't know if I had known too much about that one.
I don't know if it's announced that it's going to be localized yet,
Yeah.
but I would imagine it would be. And I imagine Nintendo would really put an emphasis on that getting over here.
Actually, Fatal Frame is one of like of video games, like especially horror games. Like it's like probably the biggest gap in my experience. And I think I'm going to have to sit down and play through. Is something changing with her? Can't tell. I'm going to sit down and play through all of it. Probably sooner rather
Face is
than later.
covered now, or was it before?
It's like you're lifting the
Okay.
veil. So yeah, Fatal Frame 2, Crimson Butterfly. I'm absolutely playing. It's a priority. Man, maybe I'll play it like on Halloween or something. That would be awesome. Have you played Fatal Frame 2, Jeff?
No.
No. Have you played any of those?
Yeah, actually, maybe I did play like a little bit of Fatal Frame
Okay.
2. Like the first hour or so.
Yeah, I think I really like the concept of it. And like what Fatal Frame I think does well as a series, from everything I understand about it, is that it's built into the game that you have to look at this thing. Like that's what PT does subtly, is it's just like you need to look at this to progress, and then something creepy happens. And it's almost the opposite of Amnesia, where you want to avoid the creepy stuff, and that's a cool mechanic too, but you're setting yourself up for more scares if you have to like look at something that's about to change or jump out at you. And
What's like a Gears of War game where like they've got this big thing going on in the background, and you hold, tells you, hey, hold down the A button, dummy.
Yeah.
You'll focus on it. Oh.
all right.
Should you get caught by that big baby? See what happens? Oh, never mind.
There we go. Oh, this is starting to ramp up a little bit. Well, I think that's a pretty decent look at like the pace of Neverending Nightmares too. Like it seems
Yeah.
like it's a very gradual descent. Like you compare this to the first time we woke up, it was pretty simple, and it's been getting gradually creepier and creepier. So
And this is the first time we've seen it, but judging from the title and the way that you'll be able to play this forever.
yeah,
until you
so
die.
there's value there if you're interested in that. I can't remember this. I think Kyle gave it a
775.
775. Thanks, Ben. So that's that's a good look at like 3 more modern horror games, all pretty unique from one another, and something to consider for playing during Halloween or whatever. And we actually have a few more cool things coming up for like our entire month of coverage. For
Tease it out, Tim. Why not?
yeah. So if you're if you've liked some previous things we've done, like there's one great article that was pulled together kind of in celebration of the last generation of consoles. We had some developers talk about like, hey, this is the 35. We had like 35 different developers talk about their top 5 favorite games of last generation, and that was a really fun article to read. And if you're into that kind of thing, we may have something cool for you coming up here. So check back with us as we kind of like get towards the end of the month of horror. And if you haven't gotten to the Alien Isolation and Evil Within cover stories by like Jeff Marchiafava, that's great. And then the top 25, I would personally love to hear some feedback on that. If you have your issue laying around, like pick it up, read through the top 25 games of all time, and just let us know what you think. Jeff is GI Jeff on Twitter. I'm Tim Turi on Twitter, and let's talk about horror still. I want more suggestions. I want book suggestions. I want movie suggestions, and I will get on American Horror Story.
I want movie suggestions, especially those that I can stream from a console because I am lazy and I don't want to go to a store.
Netflix is really nice for that,
and Hulu and Amazon.
That's right. Cool. Well, thanks for tuning in. That was a lot of fun. I think. Boo. But yeah, that was really cool. And if you haven't seen the rest of the PT, like the way that plays out and the sort of tease at the end of that, you should check that out.
It's pretty great.
That's it. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody.